Hi there, Libby. Hope you're having a great day today and hope you had a good time at the Spoon Show. This is your video lesson. So here are two things I want to talk about. I'll go down that list, and if you have questions at the end or want me to look at anything, feel free to shoot a message on over a video or a question or anything like that. You're not bothering me. That's what I do. And also, too, I'm here with my assistant. So if you hear him in the background, that's what that is. You're trying to help me. So let's get to it. So awesome. So first thing is some fretboard theory. Is we did E minor pentatonic here in the open position, right? And in doing that, we learned how to hold the pick, how to anchor your hand to the body of the guitar so it's not floating out here in space, all that nonsense, right? So when we play riffs, we're anchored to the guitar, and like if you're like me, if I get nervous, the first thing that happens is I start shaking over here, and that shake travels around, it travels over here, and causes us to shake and make mistakes from the adrenaline rush. But having the anchor, being anchored to the guitar will help reduce that greatly. It's not a cure for stage fright or playing in front of people or just being nervous, but it's helpful to have an anchor. That way, it saved me before where I've been super nervous, and I knew because I was like gripped to the guitar, that helped. That kind of like kept everything together. So anyway. So what I'd like to give you now is another form of E minor pentatonic. E minor pentatonic, you can find it all over the neck. And what we're going to do is we're just going to rinse and repeat going up the neck so eventually you have full coverage. But the next one I think that would be most useful for you and what your goals are and the kind of music that you like would be E minor pentatonic, what I call long form. I call it long form. I'm sure everybody else calls it that, but that's what I call it. It's a root 6 long form because I start here on the 6th string. And bands, definitely a lot of indie rock bands, a lot of also too, like say psychedelic rock and jam bands and things like that. They use a lot of these kinds of scales that get you, instead of going up and down this way, it gets you going this way up the fretboard. And it looks a lot cooler too if you slowly go up the neck like that. So this is E minor pentatonic long form. It's going to take you through all 6 strings. That's right, buddy. You've been oh so good, oh so quiet. Thank you, buddy. It's a safe, all right. Sorry. So this scale, I'll show you how to play it. I'm going to use the 1st finger and the 3rd finger to play this. Be quiet. You should be so quiet, buddy. All right. So we have the open 6th string. I'm going to take my 1st finger and put that here on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Hit that there. I'm going to scooch up here to the 5th fret. I'm going to hit 7 with my 3rd finger, right? So I went like this: 0, 3, 5, 7. Notice I'm anchored back here. I'm anchored back here on this part of the guitar. As I move through the strings, my anchor is going to sweep through, right? So you have 0, 3, 5, 7. I'm just worried about downstrokes right now, so I'm not too worried about alternate picking quite yet, even that's something I'm going to do. So 0, 3, 5, 7. Then I'm going to go down here to the 5th string, hit 5, 7. I'm going to go down to the next string, 5, 7, 9. And then I'm going to go 7, 9. Then 8, 10. Notice what I did there. This is a little funky spot in the scale. So this is where a spot that I would typically have a student isolate. So I have 7, 9 on the 3rd string, right, on the G string. And then I'm scooching with my pointer finger. I'm going to grab the 8th fret and the 10th fret right there. Now there's a reason why we have this funky scooch right here. It has to do with flamenco guitarists and which tuning the guitar actually ended up having is a standard tuning. But that's a talk for another day. So we have 7, 9 on the 3rd string. I'm scooching and grab that 8, 10. I'm going to go up to the 12th fret with my ring finger. And then finally I'm going to finish off with a 10, 12, right? And I can do that backwards. 12, 10, 12, 10, 8. I got that funky maneuver right here. Switch positions. Grab 9 with my ring finger. So that's a spot that I would probably sit there and do. If I were you, I would do. You probably saw me do there. I probably went like that for a second. So if I were like just jamming in this position, right, I might do that fingering. But for right now, let's just keep it simple for right now, and then later on we can make it fancy. Back down, 9, 7, 5. See, I'm always using the 1st and 3rd finger. 3, 1, 7th fret with the 3rd finger, 5th fret with the 1st finger, 3, and then 1, right? Like I said before, a lot of bands like Arctic Monkeys comes to mind. There's one off of AM. There's a ton of other songs do this, but they'll use this one. White Stripes, Black Keys. All those bands are using these kinds of scales. So it's in our best interest to know them and be able to play patterns with them. That way, when we encounter them in a song, you've already practiced the patterns that they're already using. Right? Very cool. So what you can do, so first step is just to memorize that. Next thing I would do if you get bored this week with that is what I would do is do a 3-note sequence. And it would sound like this if you'd get to that this week. If not, we'll talk about it next time. Is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like I said, it's kind of outside the scope of today, but just to show you what the next step would be. And then you can always connect it later on. That pattern looks familiar. Oh, wait a minute, they're all going to connect. It's cool. Same thing here, same thing up here. Anyway, like I said, that's the talk for another day. And then the next thing is Radio Start by Arcade Fire. Last time I saw your email and it said, and I think you said that you're having a great time with it. Rhythm's not too bad. I think you and Danny were playing it together, which I love to hear. I love that stuff. Even if you want to stop by and jam with us, that'd be cool one day if you went to that. Anyway. So the intro riff starts off with this. I think there's a delay on it. I'm not absolutely sure. I have to check a video of them playing it live, but I'm hearing this. In the recording, I hear, and it sounds like the second is lighter than the first. So what I'm thinking is that it's some sort of bucket brigade delay. Effect. If you want to do that, here, I'll show you the first way that I think that they're doing, and then if you want to emulate the effect of the effect, you just do your 4th finger right here. It's very easy. You're just counting 1, 2. Notice I'm anchored. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and then if you want to do that effect. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Slow that down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So you start that 0 on an off beat, so it's on an and of 4. So it counts like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. But I'm hitting that open. You can see the tab here, but I'm hitting that open 0, and it's a nice little minor second clash. Super cool. And that goes through the entire intro. I play along with it, but YouTube would flag me, and then this video might get taken down, so I'm not going to do that. So that's the intro riff right there. So it's 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Now notice my pick. This is important. Just as how we put as much thought into the left hand, we have to put the same kind of thought into the right hand. Now this is not a super difficult riff by any stretch of the imagination. It's not super shreddier. It's not like that. All that kind of nonsense. It's not that. But you want to start doing this stuff now. That way, when we do get to more difficult tunes, you've already practiced thinking about things like this. So what you can do is. The riff is starting on the 5th string and the 6th string, and there's only 3.5 ways of passing through a string. One is, so you have strings right here, right? We have straight down through, so you can just do a straight downward pick through 2 strings. So we have a string here and a string here, downward string. The 0.5 is the up right here, right? And then and then we have inside picking. So if I'm picking between 2 strings, I could pick this way where I'm bouncing between the 2 strings like this. And then the other way is outside picking. So you have inside picking between 2 strings and then outside picking between 2 strings. This particular riff, I like to do, I'll do outside picking. So we have up, down. Now, why do I like doing that? Is if I find that if I pick up, if I bounce between the strings inside, if I hit this, so if I do, it feels more awkward. I feel kind of tight in that spot right there. So I like this right here. I feel like I have more room to maneuver. It puts my pick going in the right direction for the next pick. So if I pick down this way, right, if I'm doing outside, I'm picking downwards, and then that puts me right here, up, down, up, up. So that double zero right there, I'm gonna do 2 ups on that one. So it's not moving fast enough so I can pull that off pretty easily. So one more time, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down. So that's the picking part right here. Notice I'm anchored to the guitar like that. And then next thing with it is tone. Now I know you got your acoustic guitar, but one thing you want to maybe take in consideration if you want to play more of this kind of music is having the tone of the song that you're playing. That's what kind of makes it fun sometimes, is that if I play this riff on a classical guitar, it's not going to sound as cool as if I played it on a squeal electric guitar. For example, like this, I turn on the overdrive pedal, and this stuff isn't super expensive. Like, I mean, it costs money, but like say an overdrive pedal, they make clone pedals from China, and they'll run you like maybe 30 or 50 bucks. So they're not free, but it's worth considering. You can get yourself a bunch of little pedals like that change the sound of the guitar to this. So that would change the tone and make it sound more fun to play, I think. What I'd like you to do with Danny is see if they can play the bass part and then you play the guitar part over top. It's really neat to do. Like I said, I play with the recording, but it would flag me. Play that, have him play the bass part and then play this over top, because it's like really kind of like it's asymmetrical, I think, because the bass is doing like I think off the top of my head is doing something like, something like that, 1 and 2 and 3, and that real bouncy kind of disjointed guitar part sounds really neat. So I think that'd be super cool if you both played that together. Going into the chorus, nothing crazy here. It's just a D5 chord. Right, we got our full power chord right here. We have just our regular power chord like this right here, the partial power chord, and we throw that octave on top of it. So we have those 2 Ds right, those 2 Ds right there. Like I said, nothing really crazy there, but it's just to finish the song and have all the parts down. Like, so this is not heavy lifting for you. So it's gonna be 2 times through the strum pattern. Down, 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 down. Maybe more overdrive than that. I'm using a very late overdrive. It's probably more like a distortion pedal, but we'll talk more about that later on to get into that world. Twice. Second time. Third time. And then you stay on the D chord. 2, 4, back 2. Back into that section right there. Cool, so work on that for me. What we'll do next time is we'll just jam the song out, we'll put the recording on, and we'll just play all the way through. What we'll do next after that is, I actually looked at Dark Saturday, it's right up your alley. Actually, what I think I can do with it, and I have to listen to it again to get the melody down. But what I'm gonna do is, I think we're gonna take the melody of the song and turn it into an octave box riff, something like this. Right? And you get used to doing that because, like I said, a lot of songs, like say, when I was doing for another student the other day, another Arctic Monkey song, had a lot of that in there. Like a lot of strokes, just that. I forget how that one went. Something like that. Anyway, so work on that for me. Like I said, if you have questions or want me to look at anything, feel free to shoot on over. You're not bothering me. And if not, I will see you sometime next time. Bye.